It's rare to see a claim on social media that isn't challenged in replies and comments. It seems like our ability to agree on what's true is deteriorating. But is that really the case? Well, whether we take a claim to be true or not often depends on whether we trust the source making that claim. And studies show that despite the increasing availability and consumption of online news sources, more than 1/3 of Americans say that news has become less reliable now than it was in the past. And what's more, the ingredients that news sources are using to convey information are changing too. Descriptive and retrospective language, like references to numbers, time, and concrete objects, is becoming more conversational, instead emphasizing interpersonal interactions, emotions, and personal perspectives. This blurring of the line between facts and opinions is creating political polarization and paralysis. After all, an opinion is a much more abundant and delicious ingredient to use than a fact is when cooking up enticing content. We like our brain food to be easily consumable, so we can quickly scroll on to the next 20 recommended posts. And just like the over-salted, artificially sweetened foods that are so delicious but nutritionally deficient, this brain sugar is satisfying our attention without providing much substance and leaving us factually deficient. But wait, let's pause for a second. What about this video? I just made a bunch of claims without mentioning where I got that information. And as long as these claims didn't run counter to your intuition, then this beautifully blended brain shake may have gone down so easily you didn't even notice. But it's not always a good thing to swallow ideas without checking the nutrition label first. Keep in mind, both good and bad ideas can be nicely packaged. When you remove the pleasant background music, well-processed audio, and playful illustrations, what's left? And how do you know if it's actually nutritious for your brain? Even while consuming the most delicious brain food, it's a good idea to keep tabs on where the opinions are, where the factual claims are, and whether or not you can actually verify those claims. So let's check the ingredients of this video. First off, the secret sauce we use as a base for all Minute Earth videos is one that includes, well, puns of course, but also rigorous fact-checking, direct consultations with experts in the appropriate field, several rounds of editing and evaluation by other members on our team. Plus, we include a list of references to publications we used in our research in the description of the video. But hey, like many other studios and media outlets, we make our living on these videos, and part of that money comes from other companies funding our videos. And as you may have guessed, this video has a funder. Normally, we talk about all this at the end of our videos, and if you're like most people, that's the part you tend to skip. But knowing who is funding your brain food and what incentives and influence they could have is important to consider. So it seems particularly fitting to look into that midway through this video. Okay, so we received funding for this video from RAND, which is well, here's how they describe themselves. RAND is a research and analysis organization dedicated to deep knowledge and ingenuity. They are nonpartisan and nonprofit, committed to solving the toughest problems facing the world today. They're helping to fund this video because in their research, they've discovered that Americans are relying less and less on facts and analysis in their public lives. RAND is calling this trend truth decay, and they have a book describing their findings on the subject in detail. Their research publications are freely available on their website, and we've linked to them in the description, so you can more easily verify the claims from the beginning of this video. Regular sponsors don't get to watch our videos before they're published, they just have a say in the message at the end. But if we're being funded by an organization that has expertise in the subject matter, like RAND does, we often get feedback on the video from them before finalizing it, which we did here. We worry about truth decay too, so we were happy to partner with RAND. But while we do occasionally ask some funders for some input, we value our integrity above all, so we wouldn't publish a video just to please any sponsor or partner. But still, unless you have enough background knowledge and time to verify our references for yourself, you're placing a lot of trust in us to get it right. And even if we do get it right, we're often condensing a lot of information into a well-packaged, attention-grabbing, bite-sized nugget of knowledge. And most of the time, true understanding isn't acquired in a single bite. Instead, it's best served cold over several meals that may take a while to digest fully. Videos like this are the appetizer, not the main course. On that point, there's so much more information we'd love to share with you about this topic, but there's too much to condense into a 5-minute video. So instead, check the description for a smorgasbord of resources we forage to help make sense of sense-making. Hopefully, it'll give you something to sink your teeth into.